Welcome back to Blast Guys Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the Joytoy's 1/18 scale Freedom Militia figure number 1. This is the packaging it comes in. You see the nice artwork of the character on the front. The series, now called Freedom Militia. And we do have the Battles for the Star logo on this packaging as well, on the top right of the camera. On the bottom, we have Joytoy in the scale 1/18. Cool looking figure. Top of the box, we have the Joytoy logo. Bottom of the box is Joytoy logo. Here on the side, product statement. Pause to read that if you would like. Choking hazards, not for children under the age of 3. Recommended for ages 17 and up, basically. On this side, we have product information, company information, UPC, all that good stuff that no one really cares about. Here on the back, we have product images here standing on the back with his rifle on his shoulder, a front image, a close-up of the head sculpt and unmark the chest, and all that good stuff that was on the front, on the bottom. So with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy outside the packaging. Here's a look at the figure and accessories, how it's packaged in a clamshell. I kind of got to hold it because it won't stand up, so give you an idea of what you're getting. Inside the box, you also get this Freedom Militia 01 product insert. Battle for the Stars here again. This unfolds into two. I tried to trifold here. Trying to get past that glare in the light. So you have the accessory statements and all the accessories laid out in front of the character, broken down. On this side with the precautions. I definitely recommend you pause and read that. And how to break down your figure if you need to. Okay, here he is. Looks pretty cool. So my first thoughts on this, naming these characters as Freedom Militia, if I can speak today. But I kind of look at this figure, and I think you could use this as more than just a Freedom Militia figure. I mean, it actually looks like you could probably use him as a armed forces figure, maybe even a terrorist, robber. Maybe a little too get up for a robber, but maybe at least a terrorist, or wherever you see fit. It has no name, it has no face. It's just a masked character. So it's really open to your interpretation. Definitely a lot going on with this character. So head sculpt, we have the, I'm not sure if we want to call it a baklava mask or a ski mask. It's just like a wrap around his head and a wrap around the front of his face to almost form like a ninja mask. But he is a Caucasian character. You see some eyebrows. Eyes ain't very well detailed, you can tell they're there. We have a white scarf with a brush, like a dirty brushing of like browns, I would say. Black vest. We have a red wire. Nicely sculpted tack vest. And we have a radio here. Some ammo clips here, I believe. That's what that looks like. Here on this side, we have a pouch. The back, we have a pack. Another pack here is done in like a tannish color. This is black and that's tannish. Little pouch here. We have a med kit right here. A couple pouches there. Some maybe grenades there. Just going on his arm, we have some devices here, or maybe a pouch. It kind of is like a, looks between a pouch and a set of grenades, but I have no idea. Here we have some kind of GPS on his arm. There's actually nothing on this arm. So down here we have the iPad here. Here we have the thigh pad. Unfortunately, it has a piece right here that's connected to the belt, which totally hinders the articulation of this leg. You have a piece here and a piece here in the front. We have a pistol holster here, little different color pouches, some straps. We have knee pads on both sides. We have black boots. The pants are sculpted very nicely with all the material folds and the pans. It's good. So it's actually a nice looking character. So my initial thoughts. The head pops off on this one relatively easy. I don't think the head is drilled as deep as it should be. So we have to put serious pressure on this guy. And also I had to heat up the shoulders. They were stuck whenever I got my figure. So my pre-inspection was I had to heat up the shoulders. So look for that when you get your copy if you decide to buy this. Let's take a look at the 360 of the figure. And also, I've been talking about this, I noticed all my Joytoy videos. I noticed I'm kind of happy with it. The joints are the same color as the pants. I've been mentioning that too in a lot of videos, and maybe they're listening to us. You can see here in the shoulder, they're the same color. So, thank you, Joytoy. That's fantastic. So some more angles. Pretty good. All that gear, very cool. Now you can take off this vest and take off this side pad and belt if you would like, but you have to disassemble your figure. And disassembling your figure, you can risk breaking joints. So be careful if you decide to do that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation of the figure. Now, like I said, the head may pop off. We got 360 all the way around. And there's not until now. You can see how that's kind of sculpted there and painted. Kind of comes up at the back of his head. If we take this scarf off, we have, looks like we have the same problem we had with Neil. The horrible gappage. So it's like you're going to have the scarf on your character, unless you don't care about gaps. While we have that scarf off, we'll take a look at the arms. 360 rotation. They don't raise up very far. I felt a lot of resistance right there. 60 rotation at the elbow, bendable elbow. Both sides. You can see that we get about 90 degrees on the arms. Now, I'm not liking these new joints here for the hands. You can see the balls here and here. They need to have this glove to come down and cover that up. It's not going to affect the articulation if they actually make it to where it's more presentable. But for the wrist, you get that up and down. You get the ends and outs and then all around. But that's a little slightly also right here. So just have chest articulation, but you can't see it because of the vest. But so you get like a side to side and back and forth in the chest, and you get 360 rotation here at the waist, all the way around, and then you can get a little bit back and forth because of that piece. Now this leg, also they're not cutting their crotch pieces very deep like they used to. It's like they're going back to the old ways again. And it goes up about that far. This leg doesn't do much of anything because of those two pieces that are strapped from the thigh pad to the belt. But at least you get the double jointed knees. It's very nice. But you get the thigh rotation on both legs, but the other one's hidden behind this thigh pad. You see the cut right there. Feet pivot down, pivot up, side to side, and then you can rotate around the ball of the ankle. So there you go. That's our figure. I'm gonna go ahead and get him cleaned up, put that scarf back on, and we'll take a look at his accessories. So first off, let's just get these out of the way. It's a pair of extra hands. Some of the paint on the gloves looks pretty good. And it looks like my guy had a little too much to drink. Just get him standing up there. So I'm going to start with the pistol. This black plastic, modern pistol, nothing futuristic about it. Maybe a Glock or something. Okay, here he's holding it. Holds it very well, as you can see. Trigger finger goes in where it's supposed to be. Very nicely. It's nice plastic for the hands. Not too stiff, not too loose. It's really good. And then you can utilize the wrist with the elbow. Some pretty nice posing. Okay, let's see how well he can put his pistol in his holster. Oh, that's a nice fit. That is a perfect fit. And I can hold the figure. It's stiff enough to hold the whole figure without me even touching it. So it's nice and snug. And it comes right out nicely. Nicely toleranced. So that's really, really good. Cool. Okay, so that works out for us. Okay, second weapon is this smaller gun. Black with a very light tan on it. Scope, foregrip, stock, magazine. The grip there, pretty nice. Pretty much the same thing on the other side. Let's see how well we can hold this thing. Yeah, the trigger finger goes pretty much where it needs to go. Okay, tighten it up a little bit. It's pretty good. You see the articulation here. It's really nice. Kind of not realistic with a pen, but obviously you can clean that up and make it look really good. Bring the other hand over, and then we can get a nice pose. Very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the last accessory. This large SMG, or large machine gun, I should say. Scope. You have a grip at the top, grip at the bottom. So there's some red here on the side. Pretty nice. It's not as big as you would think it was for being a larger machine gun. It is definitely scaled down in actual size, as you can see here. So the best way to hold this is so, not too bad. Okay, here he is holding that machine gun. Looks pretty good. The barrels are not drilled on these figures, so if you're wondering about that. That's good. And obviously, you know, you can bring this around. We can get to hold it once you get the wrist articulated correctly. Pretty good. Okay, my final thoughts. The two issues I have is the neck, I should say, and the if I had to choose, there's a wrist. Kind of a little off on me, but everything else is pretty good. Don't forget to heat your figure up a little bit. Check those shoulder joints. Careful with this one. Other than that, it's a good figure. Price $28 to China, probably $35 in the US. I do recommend it. Just be careful with those precautions I provided you. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're taking a look at more of the Freedom Militia characters and much more. Don't forget to comment down below if you have any comments, questions. I can answer them for you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me. I really appreciate that. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next review.